Hi, welcome back to Mearns Academy, Apiary. This is our second visit during Easter holidays. Again, I've got my helpers, Morven and Ailey's on the camera. So today we're just going to have a quick check. We're going to make sure that we've got the queens laying, so we need to make sure there's some brood. So we're looking for worker brood, and we'll see what else is going on. Just check there's no diseases or anything nasty in there. It doesn't really matter if we don't see the queen. It's nice to see the queen, but if we know that there's laying brood, then we know that there's a queen in there. So we've still got the double hive here, so we'll check that one first. What we'll do is we'll take the top off and then we'll check the bottom box first of all, then we'll put that back together and then we'll check the top box. We've already got the smoker going. Morven's getting a bit smoky here. What we're also going to do today is, if we do cut off any bits of comb or anything like that, Morven's got a little bucket with her, we're going to collect that. We don't like leaving bits of comb lying about because it attracts what's called the wax moth. A wax moth will come in, it'll get into the hive, it lays its eggs in the honeycomb, and it does a lot of damage, so we'll try and avoid that. So we'll be collecting that as we go along if we do have to cut anything off. So I'll just put my hood down. Okay, you want to give them a little smoke at front, Morven? So we've still got the feeders inside these, so we're going to take the feeders away today because they shouldn't have anything left inside there, so they've used up all the food. I'll just give these a little shake out. Okay, Marv, give them a little smoke underneath as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the entire top box off first of all. We'll check the bottom box, and we'll check the top box. A lot of the bees will probably have moved back down into the single box. We'll see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames of bees in here. Do you want to give these a smoke?
I just did. There was like a 4 on there.
Let's just take these out. There's nothing on the end ones at the moment.
I think I'm collecting bees again.
Yeah. So we've got the bees collecting some pollen here. So there's a lot of pollen they're bringing in, and some nectar. So they need the pollen to feed young brood. And here we've got some capped brood. We've also got some pollen and then nectar on the outside here. So again on that side we've got some capped brood. We've got some very, very small, need to get my magnifying glass. Tiny, tiny eggs and very, very young brood right at the very bottom, probably only about 3 or 4 days old inside here. So the queen's been here very recently, last day or so. So again we've got a brood, pollen and nectar on that one. Same with this one. side here doesn't have much happening. They've got a bit of pollen saved on it, and that's about it. So what we've actually got is 1, 2, 3, 4. What we could actually do is take the empty frames out of this, and we'll take the frames of the other one and put them into here. And just check them everything's over. We've got some honey saved on here. I'm just going to stick that on the outside here. Possibly it was the start of a queen cell, so we'll have a good check and make sure our queen's still here. We've got lots of brood on here, lots of capped and uncapped brood. You can drone this big fat bee here.
Yeah, try to pick up the drone. Do you want me to give these bees their squirt that they're gathering?
See, there's the queen on here
Found her.
at the top. So she's got herself up into the top box, and there's not been much happening in the bottom box. So we'll put the two, we'll see if we can get the two boxes together into one, and that'll save us.
But you stuck a bee there. Yeah, there's one.
So there's nothing on here. They've been making comb. They've got a little bit of pollen saved. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shake these bees off into the hive. Same with these ones. Frames them out a little bit and try and get our newer frames on the inside,
So they don't just ignore if they're at the outside,
and
they'll
then
just ignore
the
them.
outside ones will look to change them out at some point. So I'll put this one here. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is our number 11. That's fine.
How big babies are on me?
Quite a few.
I'm still not all on my legs anymore.
Wee brush. You just brush out any that's still in here. So what we've got now, put the two frames back together, we've got our 11 frames here. Now this is starting to get quite full, so what we will do is we'll put a super on this, and the super's what's they're going to store honey in for us. I'm just going to
So
keep
we can steal the
this
honey.
one, we're just going to keep out of the way just now, and we'll keep that, and we can give them this back come the winter time, and they can use this for pop that down, give them a little bit of smoke, and I'll put this crown board back on. We'll put a super down.
There's a super, so they make honey
So-
there so we can take the honey.
So this is a super. We don't have any frames in it at the moment, so we'll need to go and get some frames, and what we'll do is we'll put a queen excluder, and that'll stop the queen coming up and laying eggs in the super, and then hopefully they'll start collecting some honey for us in the actual super itself, which we'll be able to use. So
Then can we take the honey out of this?
we will be stealing, borrowing, procuring the honey from them. So I'm just going to leave this one just now, and then we'll come back down with some frames to put in that super. So again, to finish the sugar syrup. Give them a lot of smoke in there.
I didn't get to.
And smoke in here. So we've got a little bit of brace comb in here. Smoke in here when I lift it up.
I was going to get my bucket.
Okay. So if you encourage wax moth, the wax moth lays an egg in beside the brood, and then it turns into a little worm that tunnels all the way back and forward through the comb, destroys the comb, and kills off a lot of brood as well. So this hive, we've not got nearly as many bees because this was just a single, that was a double hive. We've got some pollen and some nectar stored on the outside here. Again, we've got stores on this one, nothing on that side yet. So lots of brood. Lots of brood on this side. Keep an eye out for the queen.
Keep an eye out.
Lots of brood in this one as well. So the brood, from when it gets laid as an egg, takes 21 days, so 3 weeks to hatch out from an egg to come out as a worker bee. The drones, which are a little bit bigger, the boy bees, they take 24 days.
3 weeks and 3 days.
Yeah, they're a bit lazier, take longer to do everything. So these girls are still drawing out a lot of comb. What I might do is we might put some of the feed from the other hive into here. So there's a little bit of brood here.
There's another bee drinking.
So if you go into that box that we just took from Morven, find the frame that had all the honey on it.
Okay.
We'll give them a little boost.
This one?
No, that doesn't have any honey in it. There's one that's got lots of honey in it. Just having a quick look to see if we can see the queen on here, because there's not very many frames of brood and there's no sign. Haven't seen the queen. We'll just have another quick look.
Is that this one, right?
So because that one's quite big, they can afford to lose the frame. So that can go back up.
Why do you have those straps on the top?
Just in case it's windy. You don't want lids blowing off or anything like that.
Oh, it was in case the bees tried to lift the lid up.
There's that as well. If it feels really strong, they might try and lift the lid. Not. Right. Last one. Give it a bit of smoke more.